Alright, what's going on guys? Baller TV back, and today we are back with a 2019-2020 New Orleans Pelicans rebuild. Now I know that the season is still going on for four of these teams in the NBA, which are obviously the Warriors, the Bucks, the Raptors, and the Trailblazers, but for the other 26 teams, it's time to move on now. It's time to start planning for next season now, and especially for these New Orleans Pelicans, who landed the first overall pick in this year's draft, which is why I'm starting this series out with them first. They're getting Zion Williamson, but they have a lot to handle this offseason. They've got to figure out a way to move Anthony Davis. They have to figure out what kind of team they want to build around Zion Williamson and maybe convincing Anthony Davis to stay. I mean, what I think they'll end up doing probably is drafting Zion first, trading Anthony Davis to maybe the Knicks probably is what I'd assume. Getting the third pick and some young pieces to build around. I'm not sure what they'd throw in. Maybe some future draft picks from the Mavericks that the Knicks got that they acquired, and then they'll build their team around Zion and RJ Barrett, who would probably be there at 3. And then from there, I mean, all these draft picks, they'll be bad, they'll tank. I'd assume they probably trade Drew Holiday a bigger contract. So anyway, enough rambling. That is the plan. We're going to go ahead and be drafting Zion 1, obviously, trading Anthony Davis, and this is going to be a very fun video. I'm very excited to get this one going. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and sim through the season so we can get to the draft where we can draft Zion Williamson and get this video going. Okay, so I've just fixed the entire lottery. All the picks are right now. So this Spurs pick is the third pick, and this is what I think the Knicks would have to give up to get Anthony Davis. I believe it'll be pick 3, both Mavericks picks, and a young player like Kevin Knox probably. If you remember when the Lakers, Anthony Davis, the whole trade talks were going on, they wanted multiple picks, multiple players, prospects. I think this might even be a little bit underdoing it. I mean, these Mavericks picks are good, like bargaining pieces, but I think this is the minimum the Knicks have to give up to get Anthony Davis. Now, will 2K let this happen? Yeah, they're not going to let this happen. I'm going to override this. If you guys disagree with me, let me know. But I really feel like this is a decently fair trade. I feel like, honestly, the Knicks are probably... I think it works out both sides, but you could argue the Knicks need to give up more. So this is what I'm going to do for this trade. And, yeah, that's going to be the Anthony Davis trade. This is what it is. 3 picks and then Kevin Knox. Okay, so I was looking to move Drew Holiday and his big contract, considering how he doesn't fit in our timeline. And the Lakers are willing to give me pick 4 for Drew Holiday. While I don't see this being something that would happen in real life, I feel this pick 4 will be used to acquire a bigger name type of player to play with LeBron James. It makes sense on some levels. I mean, Drew Holiday, is the veteran type of guy, a proven player. It wouldn't happen in real life. It makes a little bit of sense, but it just wouldn't. They're gonna get somebody bigger at the 4th pick. But I'm taking it, man. This is 2K. This is supposed to be as good as I can make this Pelicans team be past the Zion Williamson draft pick, RJ Barrett draft pick, and the Anthony Davis trade. I'm making this team as good as I can. This 4th pick will help me do that. Depending on who falls there, I could nab maybe a Ja Morant if the 2nd pick messes up and doesn't take him or RJ. I can get a really good player with the 4th pick. So while I don't see this happening in real life, I'm going to go ahead and do it right here. And I'm going to go ahead and trade Drew Holiday, like I said, for this 4th overall pick. Okay, again, I'm trading a not the right age, wrong timeline type of guy, too big of a contract for a first rounder this year. Past the lottery, I did not fix the picks, and the Nets had 19, I guess. So right here, I'm trading each one for the 19th overall pick. It'll clear up some cap and give us some more youth. All right, first overall pick, no doubt. Everyone knows I'm taking Zion Williamson. Best player in the draft, biggest prospect since Anthony Davis, and he will fill the shoes of him nicely, I believe. We'll see what happens. Maybe he's overrated. I doubt it. He dominated the college game, and I think it's going to be a great player for New Orleans to have for years to come. Okay, so with the 2nd overall pick, the Spurs traded for it and then drafted RJ Barrett, and I'll be honest with you, in real life, everyone seems basically locked on the fact that Ja Morant's going 2, Zion's going 1, RJ is going 3. That being said, I'm going to take Ja Morant, trade override, trade him for RJ Barrett. After this, guys, I promise you, it'll be no more forced override stuff. I just want to do this realistic, what everybody's thinking the Pelicans are going to do. Make the first part realistic, and then we're going to make this team amazing. So I'm trading Ja Morant for RJ Barrett as soon as I can. And then with the 4th pick, you know what we're going to do? We're going to throw a big old Duke party in New Orleans. We're taking Cam Reddish with the 4th overall pick, most likely. While I don't think he'll go 4 in real life, I do think that in 2K, besides Hunter, who's actually really freaking good, I think in 2K he is the best fit for us. His potential is most likely very high. It's an A plus, and he's at 76 overall. He's a good fit at small forward. We don't have a starter there right now at all. We have no wings at all on New Orleans. So I'll be taking Cam Reddish at 4 and basically RJ Barrett at 3. And that is all we have left except for one first rounder. And if we don't get a steal, I'll just show you signing him in the rookie signing period. Okay, so I know I went kind of quiet for a minute, but here's the rotation for year one. So I went ahead and signed Terry Rozier to be the point guard. There's no other young options. He's only on a 2-year deal. It's pretty cheap, like $12 million a year. He's decent. He's young. He'll be a good stopgap for a year or two. RJ is obviously the 2. Cam Reddish should be the 3. Zion's the 4. And I went ahead and got Jackson Hayes, pretty good center out of Texas, at the 19th overall pick. He's got a good potential. He's good overall, and he's really pretty young. I think he's only, what, is he 19? Yeah, I mean, he's a good player as well. So, yeah, our 2 through 5 are all rookies. They're all 19 years old, and they're all pretty dang good. So I'm pretty excited about the future there. Obviously, Kevin Knox will be the 6th man. Trey Lyle, that signed him. He'll be a decent backup power forward for Zion. That's quite the opposite thing. So, I mean, he could be decent there. Jalil's backup center for this year. Duval, I went ahead and signed him. Let's see, where did he play again? He played at Duke. Yeah, I'm not a Dookie, guys. I'm actually an Illini fan, unfortunately. I just signed a lot of Duke players. I'm sorry, I'm not actually a Dookie. I have Jaleel, too. I know he's here before, but he went to Duke as well. And then Jonathan Simmons is the backup shooting guard for RJ Barrett. Then we have some bench guys who are young. I'm probably G League, Tremont Waters. He was a point guard from LSU. Yeah, he's pretty good in LSU. Probably G League him. He might become a decent role player at some point. So, that being said, this is the rotation for year one. I have no idea what to expect. We're very young and we should be terrible. But in 2Ks, for some reason, sometimes these teams just do great. So we'll see what's going to happen. I don't know. I will see you at the deadline if I make any moves. But if not, I will see you at the end of year one with the awards. And we'll see if we have any Rookie of the Years or first team rookie teams or second team or whatever. We'll see when I see you guys at the end of the season. Okay, so we're at the deadline, and I'm making another trade with the Knicks. I am trading Jahlil Okafor, who I do personally love, but I'm not going to re-sign him. He's not too much money. For Mitchell Robinson, who is an 80 overall center, 21 years old, and he's on a 3-year deal, technically with the team options. So I feel like I'm really kind of ripping these guys off with this trade, but this is going to be a great trade to land us our backup center, maybe even our starting center for at least the next couple of years. Okay, so Westbrook takes home his second MVP after averaging close to triple-double, but not quite for the 3rd or 4th straight year. Zion wins Rookie of the Year, averaging 17 points, 8 rebounds, 1.5 steals, and 2 blocks a game. Honestly, these are great numbers. 31% from 3, that's only going to go up after this season. 4 assists as well. I'm very excited for what he's going to do in the future. 6-man Schroeder, Giannis, Defensive Player of the Year. Jalen Brunson wins Most Improved Player. Good for him. He was a Nova guy. I liked him a lot. And Coach of the Year goes to Brett Brown. He's on the hot seat, so I'm not sure that's going to happen in the near future, but hey, we will see, I guess. So here's your NBA teams. I doubt anybody. Okay, never mind. Zion made the 3rd team as a rookie, so that's very good for us. Defensive team, yeah, there's that. Already first team we have Zion and RJ, and second team we have Jackson Hayes, but there is no Cam Reddish on either team. So we finished the year in a super hot streak. We probably came pretty close to making the playoffs, honestly. We did a lot better than I expected. 38 and 44 is honestly really pretty good for how many young guys we started. Our stats obviously saw Zion's. RJ led us in scoring. Cam did a little bit of everything. Kind of a little bit of a not as good as we expect from him. He'll be even better in the future, though. I mean, he had some injuries this year, so not too worried about that. Knox had a good year. Jackson Hayes, 10 and 6 for his rookie year, almost 2 blocks a game. That's pretty dang good. Duval had a good year. Rozier will get traded. Lyles get traded. Simmons will get traded. Mitchell Robinson, is what he is. He's our backup center. And then, yeah, that's basically what it was this year. Like I said, pretty good year for how many rookies we started, but obviously we'll just be getting better from here. That being said, I'm not going to show you the playoffs. There's no point. We're not even in it. Whoever wins it, wins it. We have work to do this offseason. I want to land a proven starting point guard or a young, good point guard who has a lot of potential. And then add some more depth on the bench, add some players who can really play some proven guys, get us a good six man. Like Knox will probably be our six man, but get some other guys who can play as well. So I'm going to get started on that. I will see you guys with the draft most likely or the first trade, whatever happens first. Okay, so I said I would be trading Terry Rozier, and I'm doing just that. I'm getting the 14th pick from the Hawks. And then with 10 and 14, I'm going to look to move up into, as far as I can go and try to land a young point guard who can be our point guard of the future. Okay, so I traded both of my first rounders, which were 10 and 14, and two of my second rounders to get 5. And then I remembered Cole Anthony's in this draft, and I was really hoping I could find a way to get him, because point guard's our biggest need. And this is going to work. We're trading 5 and Trey Lyles, get Cole Anthony, who went number 3. Felicia, I'll just move, but Cole Anthony will be our point guard of the future, and I'm very, very excited to add him to our young core. So I just signed JJ Redick, and I was going to go ahead and move Jonathan Simmons for nothing, but Zaire Smith actually is going to be very nice. 21 years old, 2 years left in his deal, cheap player. I'm going to go ahead and take him. I might not even play JJ now. We'll see what happens. He's on a cheap deal anyway. But yeah, that's why I'm trading Jonathan Simmons right here. It's just a trade that makes a lot of sense for us. Okay, so here's the rotation for the start of year number 2. Cole Anthony is the obvious major change and major upgrade at the point guard position. Same 3 right here. We're starting Robinson now, but I'm sure that Jackson Hayes will take over at some point as his potential was a bit higher. I signed Thad Young to be back up power forward. I didn't have one. And honestly, I think having a veteran in the rotation is going to help a lot. Kevin Knox is still here. JJ is the backup shooting guard for now. Trevor Duval, I'm giving him minutes over Zaire Smith because I need a backup point guard. That's nothing against Smith. He'll probably end up taking JJ's minutes by the end of the year anyway, but I need a backup point guard. And then the rest of that is just the rotation that we have. These guys aren't going to play much except past Zaire Smith and maybe a little bit of Torrey Craig. Honestly, this team, I think, is a playoff team. We have a lot of youth, I know, but we have so much freaking potential, man. We have the ability to be so dang good this year. I think we're a playoff team this year, but if not next year, I think we're a contender. Even if we don't make the playoffs this year, we have so much talent, man. We're going to be good. So, that being said, if we're not doing well or if there's a good trade for me to make, I'll see you at the deadline. But if not, I will see you at the end of year number 2. So to end the year, Westbrook wins MVP, which I think he won last year on basically almost the same exact numbers, but whatever, 2K, is so random. Cole Anthony wins Rookie of the Year, so we have back-to-back Rookie of the Year winners. That is honestly great when you're trying to build a dynasty. Six man's RJ Hampton, Giannis Defensive Player of the Year again. Most improved is Zion, and those are really good most improved numbers. This guy is going to be an absolute beast. Brett Brown, Coach of the Year once again, so All-NBA first team, Zion is on it. All-NBA second team, nobody. All-NBA third team, RJ Barrett, makes it good to see there. Defensive first team, nobody. Defensive second team, Zion deserves it, averaging almost 3 blocks a game and bet 1.5 steals. Rookie first team, obviously Cole Anthony, as he was Rookie of the Year. And we don't have any other rookies, I don't believe. So, we made the playoffs. Alright, we were the first seed, and we got the second best record in the NBA, I think, behind the Philadelphia 76ers. Wow, the East is bad past them. They don't have another 50-win team. That is terrible. But yeah, we went 57-25. We did amazing. Player stats, I can show you those real quick. Zion, obviously, beast. Okay. Oh, those are playoff stats. Sorry, my bad. So Zion obviously had a great year. RJ had a good year as well. Cole Anthony did his thing for us. Cam Reddish improved a little bit. Knox, Hayes, all them guys did their job. So we had the Trailblazers first round. Let's see who they have on their team. Obviously, they're going to have Dame, CJ, Nurkic. Nurkic is an 88 now. That is kind of scary. And then Brandon Paul, my boy, he went to U of I. I love U of I, and I loved Brandon Paul. 81 overall. Okay, I can dig it, dude. I can dig it for sure. Bobby Portis, Zach Collins. Okay, they have a pretty decent top end of the roster. Then after that, it really falls off. I want to see us win this series, and of course, after I said that, we lose by 16 in Game 1 at home. And I'm sure we're going to get swept now. So I'm just going to send the current round. 2K hates me. Okay, 3-1 and 3-2, 3-3. Okay, 3-1 lead. We came back. 2K makes no sense. We have the Jazz round 2. I don't really care. I mean, I'd like to win it this year, but if not, we have a whole another year. I mean, this team is basically already built. All I have to do is just wait for them to get better. So Gobert, Mitchell, they have Julius Randle now, who they got from us. They have a lot of bigs. They got a center, power forward, Nas, center, power forward. This is a really big oriented team. The starting point guard is probably Dante Exum. Yeah, that is crazy. Then obviously they have Mitchell, and then Nas is their starting small forward, I guess. I don't know, man. This team is built really weird, but sometimes these big oriented teams, man, 2K just absolutely loves them and they dominate. So we'll see what happens. Game 1 goes to them, not good for us at all. Game 2 goes to them, we're probably going to get swept. I don't know why 2K does this every year, but the big teams always just dominate as we go ahead and win Game 4 and Game 5 and Game 6, and we become the first team to ever come back from 3-0. This game makes no sense. Okay, whatever. We're playing the Rockets. I don't understand, but I'm not going to complain. They have Harden, Capella, and CP3. Obviously, are still their big three. Honestly, no idea who this guy is. Austin Rivers, yeah, we all know him. Joshua Vern, good signing for them. Christian Wood, I believe I traded him there, and Darren Collison. They did have. A lot of their guys really aged, but this playoff has been really weird. So I have no idea what's going to happen here. Here we go. Game 1. Goes to them. Game 2 goes to them. Okay, the current round's been working for me, and they go up 3-0, and we actually finally get beat. So, conference finals is not where we should have lost. We should have made it to the NBA finals and probably lost like Philly or something. But the Rockets went ahead and beat us in 5. So, we have a lot of improving to do, I feel like, as a team, but there's not a lot of moves left for me to make. Everyone's on contract. We have our rotation set. I'm just going to go ahead and keep letting them get better, but let's go ahead and see who wins the finals here. I'm assuming probably the Rockets will win it, or maybe I just jinxed it. We'll see. No, the Rockets do win it. They won the first year as well, and James Harden is the MVP, averaging 30 points and 8 assists per game. So we'll be back next year just as good, probably actually a lot better, and I'm very excited to see how we can do. Okay, so this power forward has the highest overall left. He's the highest rank in every draft board, and he's an A+ potential. So, I'll be taking him. He looks like he's going to be really freaking good. I don't know how he's to the 9, but we're going to snag him. And then I'm going to trade Thaddeus Young for probably some draft picks or something to clear up some cap space. And if we got room, we're going to go ahead and sign a superstar and make this a freaking super team. So we'll see what happens, but I'm just going to go ahead and draft this guy. He's going to be an absolute beast from what it looks like. Okay, so we just drafted Thaddeus Young's replacement, and we obviously have Zarius Smith as well from last year to be JJ's replacement. So I'm clearing the cap right here about, quick math, 17 million or so in cap for 2 first-round picks, giving the Bucks some more salary as well. I don't know how they can even take this deal on, but if Giannis is a free agent, I mean, this could be a potential key to getting him. So I'm making this trade, clearing some cap, and getting some future picks as assets as well. Alright, so here's a rotation for what I think is year 3 now. Clanthony, starting 5 has not changed. It's amazing. We're getting really good. This team would be absolutely unreal if they got to develop together. But obviously these good of players do not all get in the same team. Anyway, starting 5 is the same as it has been. Knox, Hayes have been here the whole time. Smith got a little bit better. Duval got a little bit better. And then we have this Kai Jones as well. The bench is just some young guys, and then Robin Lopez to be basically the mentor. If we won 57 games last year, I'm expecting at least 60 this year. Will that happen? Probably not. I probably just jinxed it, but I hope we can win 60 plus and get to the finals this year. Hopefully win a championship. I think that this is our year. We're really good, and nobody needs re-signed right now. We all have small contracts, and after this, we're about to start losing some guys. So I think this could be our year. I hope it is. I will see you at the end of the year, where hopefully we are the best team in the NBA. But if not, we'll have to make do as what we are. So Zion goes from Rookie of the Year to Most Improved to MVP, bringing it home this year finally with some great all-around numbers. Great player in general. Rookie of the Year is not ours this year. It is Jalen Johnson for the Pistons. Chris Dunn, 6th Man of the Year on the Spurs. Anthony Davis, Defensive Player of the Year on the Knicks. And Dennis Smith Jr. is the Most Improved. Coach of the Year is our coach. We went 72-10. I was hoping for 60 wins, and we got 72. 99 offense, 99 defense, 99 overall. I would say that's pretty good, but we'll see what happens in the playoffs. So Zion, first team. Second team, there's RJ right there. I'm blind, sorry. And then third team, nobody there. Zion, first defensive team. Second team, nobody. Rookie team, do we have anybody? Do we have that Kai dude? Did he make one? Wait, did he? No, he did not. Okay, well, that's fine. He didn't play a whole lot anyway this year. So here we are facing off against the Clippers. Let's see who they have on this team. They've got a two-way G League player as a 92 overall. The G League system is so broken this game. Then they have Chris Middleton, Gallinari, Bull, D Rose, my boy, Gilgeous-Alexander, Landry Schmatt, and then yeah, that is that. So still a lot of pieces from this old Clippers team. We'll see how they fare against us. I have no idea how we're gonna do this postseason. So we take game 1 and game 2 and game 3, and we sweep them. So that is awesome to see. We have the Thunder this round. I'm not sure who they have because I can't go check yet. Okay, so let's see here. They probably have Westbrook still and Paul George, I'm sure. They had them both under contract for quite a while. So there's Paul George. Westbrook, they added Malik Monk as another piece. Check Diallo, he played for us for a while. And then some Hernandez dude. They lost Steven Adams, it appears. He was a free agent and he wanted a lot of money, so makes sense. This is another very top-heavy team, but again, we don't know how we're going to do this postseason, so we'll see how this goes. We won game 1. And game 2, oh, not what I wanted to see. Particularly, our starting center just blew his Achilles after I just gave him my contract as well. So we're going to go ahead and cut it to a 9-man rotation if I can. Oh, man, that is not good for our title hopes. Okay, so we're up 2-0, though, so hopefully we can go ahead and close this one out. And, of course, we lose our first game in like 20. 3-1. And we went in 5. So now we have the Rockets who beat us last year. Let's see if they've made any big changes. Still the same big three. This is a little bit worse because CP3 is getting old. 37, holy crap. Okay, yeah, he's getting really old. Don't know who that is still. Austin Rivers. So they changed it up a little bit. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. We'll see how this series goes. Like I said, every time. Game 1 goes to us this year. That's good to see. Game 2 goes to us. That is also good to see. They get game 3 at home, for their home anyway, and game 4 at their place. Game 5, okay, we win game 5. Can we close it out in 6? No, we cannot. Game 7, do not lose game 7. We don't. We won by, I don't know, it doesn't say. So we have the Sixers now, the 1 seed versus the 1 seed. I don't know who they have. I'm assuming still Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid. All of those got, oh my God, are you seriously freaking kidding me? They have Kevin Durant. Okay, Durant, Embiid, Simmons. Oh my God, Tyler Davis. Oh my God, this team is amazing. They're literally amazing. Did they give the Warriors? Did they trade with the Warriors or something? Because they have 2 of the players from the Warriors. No, they did not. They just took them in front of them, I guess. Wow. Oh, Kofi Cockburn, he's going to U of I. Okay, sorry. Wow. This is bad. This is bad. Game 1, we get by 12. Game 2, we get by a lot. Game 3, they get by a lot. Game 4, we get... Hey, we won in 5. Okay, so the best team we faced the entire video, we beat in 5. I don't get it. Zion, go off, my man. He averages 28, 10, and 8 with 3 steals and 3 blocks per game, 50% from 3. This man is an absolute beast. So we won a championship with one of the best teams I've ever built my entire life. We'll take one more look at it before I send you guys off, but we finally won a chip in our 3rd year and against a very good team. Alright, so here's one last look at the roster. Obviously, the 3 Duke guys carried us. Cole Anthony did great as well. And Kevin Knox also. Just look at the first 5 guys. All 84 plus, 290 pluses, 21, 22, 22, and 22. That is great to see. 22 again, the next best player. 23, 23, and some random CJ Williams dude. 21, 24, 24. I mean, this team is so little potential. A plus, A plus, A plus, A minus. I mean, this team absolutely loaded. One of the best things I ever built. I might continue this just to see how good they can do. I won't show you that because I mean it's kind of boring after a while. I mean, nothing left to really do. There's no moves to make. I'm just gonna keep re-signing everyone, and this team is just gonna keep dominating. So that being said, thank you guys for watching. If the Pelicans can do something like this, they'll be one of the best teams to ever play the game in the NBA. I hope that they can figure it out. Anthony Davis stuff was really unfortunate for them. They didn't build a good enough team around him, but the fallout was unfortunate how it happened. So they're getting Zion now. Hopefully that can compensate. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to be doing a Memphis Grizzlies rebuild with Ja Morant next. So if you want to see that, check it out in a few days, and I'll see you guys in that video.